Hey there, Texas veterans. First of all, thank you for your service. It's men and women like you that make this the greatest country on earth. So you clicked on this channel for a reason, and I really appreciate it. Now, if you're thinking about using your well-earned VA benefits, welcome to my channel, which is mostly about VA home loans. In this video, I'm going to dispel the myth that veterans can only use their VA benefit one time. And stick around to the end. I'm going to share with you a consumer guide I wrote to ensure you get the absolute best deal on your next VA home loan. Hi, my name is Mark Harrison with Texas Mortgage Source. I get calls and emails every day from veterans just like you looking to make a move to Central Texas area, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 1 month or 1 year, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email so we can explore the best loan options programs for you and your family. And as a mortgage broker since 1985, I've helped hundreds of veterans and their families around Texas to purchase the home of their dreams, and I absolutely would love to help you. So just out of curiosity, let me ask you, what is your experience with VA home loans? Maybe you've used one before. Maybe you were told you can only use it one time, and that's simply not true. Or maybe you're not even sure what's true anymore. If that's the case, help me understand something. This is a good question. How would you feel if you found out you could have used your VA loan again and again, but nobody ever explained how? Because I see this all the time. I talk to people every week who say, hey Mark, I've already used my VA home loan one time and I can't use it again. But I bet you're a bit like me. If someone had told you something confidently, especially years ago, you probably assumed it was correct and moved on. Okay, well, times have changed, but could it be possible that what you were told was incomplete or just wrong? Let me explain. The VA loan is not a one-time benefit. You could have used your VA loan more than one time. In some cases, you can even have more than one VA loan at the same time. We do it all the time. Now, I know you may be thinking something. Well, how does that work? I wasn't told that. Well, that's a fair question. It's a very good question. But before we go any further, let me ask you something else. How important is it that you fully understand your benefits that you deserve instead of just assuming they're gone? Because misunderstanding this one thing can delay buying a home for years, and that could be a problem. So let's slow down for a minute. There are a few different ways people reuse their VA loan. The most common is when somebody sells their home. They bought a home 5 years ago and they sell it. Once that VA loan is paid off, your entitlement can be restored 100%, which means yes, you can use your VA loan again. Same benefit and the same advantages the first time. Same zero down option, if you qualify, of course. Now here's where it gets interesting. Some people don't want to sell their home. They turn it into a rental for long-term investment. But they assume that means the VA loan is gone forever. But could it be possible you still have remaining entitlement that you don't know about? In many cases, you do. A lot of veterans aren't aware of that, which means you may be able to buy another home using your VA loan and keep the property before, even while keeping the first one as an investment. This is where I usually pause and ask people a question. How would you feel if you realized you didn't have to wait to buy your next home? You may need to move now. Because for some people, that realization changes everything. Now, this is the part where things can get a little confusing, and that's okay. That's why I'm here. Your VA entitlement isn't something most people are ever taught about. You know you may have it, but you don't understand how it works. Just imagine making a life decision based on the idea that your benefit was used up when in reality it wasn't used up. That happens more times than you might think. But here's the good news. This is all figured out. There are certain rules, there are certain clear numbers. And once you see how it works, it usually makes a lot of sense. The problem is that most people never get it explained correctly. They just hear no once and they stop asking. Don't stop asking. Which brings me to something important. And just one more thing. If you've ever been told you can't use your VA home loan again, that doesn't mean it automatically is true. There's lots of different lenders out there. It usually just means that no one took the time to look at your specific situation. And this is where getting asked better questions matters. Questions like, how much entitlement do I have left? What happens if I sell this home in the future? What happens if I keep the home for a rental? So let me ask you directly, how would you feel if a 10-minute conversation with me gave you the clarity you've been missing for years. All it takes is one phone call. There's no pressure, there's no sales pitch, there's just good counsel. Just someone walking you through it. If you're wondering whether this applies to you, that's exactly the point. You don't have to guess. You can find out for yourself. If that turns out you can't use your VA loan again right now, well, at least you know why and what happens, what we need to do and what needs to happen next. So if you're unsure, or you're just told no in the past, or if you just want to understand your options, give me a call or shoot me a text and we can jump on a Zoom call. What happens next is entirely up to you, but I'd rather you understand your benefit than see you delay a decision based on bad information. So if this was helpful, make sure you subscribe below and tap that bell for more VA loans videos in the future. We're going to keep breaking down VA loans down in plain English so you can make decisions with confidence instead of assumptions. And hey, before you go, I want to give you something you can really help you. If you're shopping for a mortgage or you're planning to soon, I put together a simple, easy to read consumer guide I call The Truth in Lending. It breaks down exactly how lenders price loans, how to compare quotes the right way, what fees actually matter and what you can negotiate, and how to avoid getting overcharged. There's no fluff, there's no jargon, just the kind of stuff I wish every buyer knew before they started shopping. And because you've watched this video all the way to the end, I want to give it to you for free. So just comment your email below and I'll be happy to get it out ASAP. Use it as your cheat sheet anytime you're comparing lenders, which I recommend you do, or trying to make sense of rates and fees, because they can be all over the board. I've been doing this for over 40 years and I promise this guide will save you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. So if you want to know the truth, and I mean the real truth about how to shop for the best mortgage, go grab yourself a free copy. Enjoy it. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Until next time, Mark Hairston. Thanks for